We want South Africans that are detained in Zimbabwe to be released within the next 14 working days.
In the heart of Southern Africa, a new storm is brewing, not over trade, not over politics, but over people. People trapped behind bars and people living across the borders.
Indeed, there were 7 South African nationals when we went on the mission to visit the prison. But now we have, in our continuous monitoring, we realized that there are now more. That is in the Harare remand prisons.
And at the center of it all is a controversial ultimatum from the group Operation Dudula to the Zimbabwean embassy in South Africa. And their demand is very simple but explosive.
We want Zimbabwean government to release South Africans.
Zimbabwe must free every South African citizen trapped in their maximum prisons, and the clock is ticking. Just 14 days to comply to this, else
otherwise Zimbabwe come South Africa ato deportiwa kaufel. There shall not be any Zimbabwe in South Africa. We will
millions of Zimbabweans living in South Africa with many undocumented will get deported. The borders could slam shut and a possible travel ban will be imposed on Zimbabweans living in South Africa.
Guys, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please do me a huge favor and hit the like button and subscribe. These videos take quite a long time to make, so if you could help me out, I'll love you forever. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get back to this crazy story.
Let's get into it and explain this story into details. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share this video. So recently, the Zimbabwean human rights, revealed that about 66 illegal immigrants who entered Zimbabwe illegally have been arrested and are currently in prison.
Rights Commission inspected the Harare remand and the Chikorobe maximum security prisons. It found inhuman conditions and delays in legal proceedings. But the commission also found dozens of undocumented migrants.
Indeed, there were 7 South African nationals when we went on the mission to visit the prison. But now we have, in our continuous monitoring, we realized that there are now more. That is in the Harare remand prisons. There are now 11 in the male prison. And then we also discovered that, in the female remand prison, there are 3 more South Africans.
Some have been jailed for criminal offenses, but the majority are there for violating immigration laws.
But we have since discovered that of the men who are in the remand prison, 3 South African nationals are facing charges of conspiracy to commit armed robbery. Female prison in Harare. One of them apparently has been convicted on the charge of the Dangerous Drugs Act, and she has been sentenced to 10 years in imprisonment.
Now, when this came out, they revealed that there are around 14 South Africans who are also involved. This went viral on social media with people wondering. Why were people wondering? Because there are a number of illegal Zimbabweans living in South Africa.
So I bring the South African to be rented to us because it's poverty which forced all the Zimbabweans to go to South Africa. So South African, even the president, even the cabinet, the parliament of South Africa, they're supposed to discuss all these issues. They're supposed to give us some conditions which we have supposed to meet when we go to South Africa. If you are doing bad things in South Africa, for sure we are supposed to face the law.
But hamuna chekudya, hamuna mabasa, hapana chekuti munhu angakwanisa kurarama nacho. Please ma South Africans nekune dzimwe nyika tambire vana veZimbabwe. MuZimbabwe hamuna kumira musha, muZimbabwe hamuna mabasa, hamuna choviri, mune nhamo. Ndio saka mechiona vanhu isusu kutotaura kudai kutoshava mukana kana passport yangu itawo tiri kutomhanywa kuti tiende ikoko kune dzimwe nyika.
Now, I'll be telling you why there are a number of Zimbabweans living in South Africa. I'll be telling you the history and, statistics of the numbers that we have, even though they are unconfirmed. Two activists who are known members of Operation Dudula, an anti-migrant group in South Africa. Now, on this visit, they said that they went as activists, not as members of Operation Dudula.
Today we are here, we're not representing any organization. We are here as community activists. We came to engage the consulate, Zimbabwean consulate.
So they visited the Zimbabwean embassy in Bruma in South Africa to send a clear and confrontational message to the embassy. Their message was that they are giving them 14 days ultimatum for them to release all South African citizens who are being caught illegally entering Zimbabwe with immediate effect, and they were giving them 14 days. If they refuse to comply, what they are going to do is that they are going to sack out all illegal immigrants in South Africa, even those with a Zimbabwe exemption permit, which has been cancelled. Even though it is very difficult to know the exact number of Zimbabweans living in South Africa due to a number of factors, it is estimated, according to allafrica.com, that over thousands of Zimbabweans cross to South Africa legally and illegally every day, with some estimates suggesting that over 20,000 Zimbabweans cross to South Africa on peak times. Now, factors contributing to this irregular migration, according to IOM, is the cost of doing documents in Zimbabwe, and again, the high cost of living in Zimbabwe, economic hardships, and desire for better opportunities in South Africa. In January 2025, allafrica.com reported that over 20,000 Zimbabweans crossed the borders to South Africa illegally. A study also published by the University of Pretoria in South Africa also estimated that there are over 750,000 Zimbabweans living illegally and without proper documentation. Estimates suggest a significant number, ranging from hundreds of thousands to over 1 million. While there are documented cases like the Zimbabwean exemption permit holders, there are also a number of illegal immigrants living illegally in South Africa. Even the Zimbabwe exemption permit, which gave legal status to Zimbabweans living illegally in South Africa, was even cancelled in 2021, making all these people illegal in South Africa. This affected an estimated 178,000 Zimbabweans in 2021. South African 2022 census also revealed that there were over 1 million Zimbabweans living in South Africa, representing roughly 45% of the total immigrant population in South Africa. Now, that should tell you that if any kind of deportation or anything of the sort is supposed to be emitted on Zimbabweans living in South Africa, then it's going to put their life in a very dangerous scene. And so on the premises of that, these people coming from the camp of Operation Dudula are now giving the Zimbabwean embassy an ultimatum of 14 working days to ensure that every South African citizen in their prisons who has been arrested for being an illegal immigrant should be released, else they are going to chase all these people out.
The well-known fact that we have got millions of Zimbabweans that are in South Africa, and most of them are here illegally, if not all of them. They are here occupying non-skilled jobs, and according to the constitution, that is not allowed. They are here operating businesses in the informal market, which is also not supported by the constitution that guides us as a country. They are also here in a position of what is called a ZEP, which is a permit that has been granted by SA government, unlawfully so, because there is no law that permits us to grant permits to Zimbabwean citizens in South Africa. So what SA government has done, they are creating this permits outside the constitution, which is unlawful act. And those people are also even taking us to court. They're fighting to stay in South Africa. Now we also have got a situation where in Zimbabwe, South Africans are detained. We've been told that they're illegal in Zimbabwe. But now when Zimbabweans are in South Africa, they are getting jobs, they are operating businesses, they are even taking our government to court. So we want South Africans that are detained in Zimbabwe to be released within the next 14 working days. We want Zimbabwean government to release South Africans. Otherwise, Zimbabwe come South Africa ato deportiwa kaofela. There shall not be any Zimbabwe in South Africa. We will deport all of them, and this will also lead us to place a travel ban on Zimbabwe. That's where it's going. We cannot have a situation where Rona, our people, are mistreated when they are in Zimbabwe. But Zimbabweans, when they are here, go South Africa, prioritize you. They are occupying jobs that they are not supposed to occupy. They are operating businesses in a space that is reserved for citizens. So we are giving a strong warning to the Zimbabwean government, like we were here at the consulate, to give instructions. Uguti, they must release our people in the next 14 working days. Otherwise, country.
And even ban Zimbabweans from traveling to South Africa.
There shall not be any Zimbabwe in South Africa. We will deport all of them, and this will also lead us to place a travel ban on Zimbabwe. That's where it's going.
The group's frustration is palpable. Now, the group argue that it will be unfair for Zimbabwe to arrest South African illegal immigrants in Zimbabwe when South Africa alone hosts over 8 million illegal Zimbabweans in South Africa who operate freely, work, live, and make a living. And they warn that if the embassy refuses to comply, the consequences will be dire. They are going to chase all Zimbabweans living illegally out of South Africa. I hope it doesn't get to that and that they are able to resolve this amicably. My name is Kweku Africa. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share.